Vikings, let's win this game. SKOL Vikings, let's win this game. SKOL Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, 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 fight. Go Vikings, run out the score. You'll hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S, SKOL Vikings, let's go.
Toot-toot, the A train will run right through it.
Suck failure, freaks!
Viking Nation, prepare to enter Valhalla with the most entertaining podcast of the Minnesota Vikings. And now, Odin's Den with A-Train and the Hammer.
Hey everybody, this is Chad Beebe, wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, and you're listening to Odin's Den with A-Train and the Hammer.
Oh, baby, we're back with Odin's Den, your favorite Minnesota Vikings pod cart. It's what you take into a grocery store and fill it up with all of your cans of creamed corn.
A-Train, how the hell are you?
I'm pretty good. We ended this weird trash dumpster fire year in season on a win, so yay. Take out the streamers, take out the flyers, let's celebrate a win. Right?
I was hoping we'd lose this game.
You and everybody the fuck else. Better draft position, baby.
Yeah, I'm a little torn, I guess, because we were trying to beat the Lions. We had all our starters going except Alvin because father unfortunately passed.
Right.
And besides Riley Reef because he's on the COVID list.
Yeah.
If we had tried to beat the Lions and couldn't, that would have been very, very sad.
We did barely have a better record than them going into this game.
Yes.
Barely. And yeah, that's pretty much just cruise through the news. Rudy went to injured reserve, Riley Reef went to COVID reserve, and Delvin was out due to personal. I believe his brother also in college didn't play as well. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
And Kyle Hinton was elevated to the active roster.
Yeah, that's literally the roster news. But anyway, we're jumping a little bit ahead of ourselves. But yes, so we will probably actually try to wind down the season with an actual shorter episode. We like to say it. We never do as we say. This is Odin's Den, episode 126. I am A-Train, and that's the Hammer, as the back of my hoodie says. My Vikings custom hoodie that I got for Christmas from a cracked out asshole walking the streets.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. That was you? Oh, I didn't know.
You're welcome for the custom hoodie.
I didn't know who I got it from. Thanks, bro. I'm sure it came straight from Wish.com or China. Probably from China.
Hey, play those crickets again.
Did it come from China? Those crickets are huge in China. They're huge. I don't know what they're feeding them over there. Probably bat soup. All right. So welcome to Odin's Den. This is our last week-to-week episode. Sad for listeners who actually like to listen. Sad for us as well. At the same time, I don't mind the break from week to week. Not that it's so hard or grueling. I've mentioned it before on the show, but it's still kind of nice to just be able to kick my feet up and relax because I do everything around here. The Hammer just likes to show up, preach about time of possession, and then usually rip farts everywhere and then leave.
Well, we all know who we are.
Yes, we do. We definitely do. But yes, I mean, everybody's, after this season of mediocrity, our worst season since, in probably Zimmer's coaching history, our worst season since 2014, our worst record in Zimmer's entire coaching history. Actually, a lot of fans, probably not just me, are probably kind of okay with football being done this year.
Just once.
Yeah.
I want to do this podcast with you every week in the playoffs.
I mean, that'd be cool.
And culminate it with a Super Bowl victory podcast.
I mean, we've done a couple of postseason podcasts here in a couple of years.
I want to do a Super Bowl winning podcast.
All right. I mean, all right.
I want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, that whole episode would just be cartwheels and streamers and kazoos. It wouldn't actually be a good episode because it would just be nonstop repeat jubilation.
Well, it would be each of us cracking a ton of beers and getting drunk on air.
Yeah, you drink like 2 and then you stop.
Yeah.
You drink like 2 Guinnesses and you're like,
I'm a social drinker.
Hurt. Yeah, my fingers hurt.
Oh, okay.
I can't drink anymore.
I'm a social drinker, thank you.
Yeah, well. And then Ben Stiller shows up and says,
Suck failure, freaks.
because you can't drink 4 beers.
Okay, yes, I can.
I'm sure if the Vikings won the Super Bowl, you'd do a line of Coke and then some PCP.
I don't know, maybe not.
Well, you can eat some mushrooms. What? Kids, come on, kids. Say perhaps to drugs.
No, that's okay. No, don't do that.
No kids are listening. If you are, your parents aren't checking your iTunes for explicit content. Because this is marked as explicit. So fuck. Shit. Piss.
All right, let's go to Purple Pain.
PurplePainForums.com. You want to talk about how shitty the year was? You want to cry a little bit? You want to shed some tears and give a friend a hug, give another Vikings fan a hug as we move into hopefully a better year of 2021? Head on over to PurplePainForums.com. Tell the hammer he smells. And tell Rain Man to bring more stats because he's slacking. Oh, yeah, and we need to look at the stats. I want to sit down and look at every O-lineman Rick Spielman has ever drafted because I want to see where the breakdown is.
Yeah, we can do that.
On why our O-line still sucks.
In the offseason, if you want to do a deep dive on Spielman's O-line drafting, that's fine.
Like, there's got to be a common denominator. Is it O-line coaching that we've had? Because I don't necessarily think it's our draft picks. Is it just bad luck and busted picks? Is it bad coaching? Was it the loss of Sperano? I mean, something in there somewhere is just sunk our O-line to the ground. Oh, and today it was Dozier and fucking Hill out there. I'm like, oh, cool. The left side's a fucking saloon door.
Yeah,
anyway,
we can get into that in a future episode.
Yeah, we will. But yes, check out purplepainforums.com. They're not a sponsor. They are just a friendly website we tell people to go visit. We have our own little spot on there. You will never hear ad reads on this podcart. You will never be forced to
you don't have to buy anything.
Buy underwear, yeah. I mean, we'd appreciate you clicking through our Amazon link or checking out our merch that we custom designed. You know, like the Let's Get Cooking or Getting Diggy With It. Obviously, he's gone now. Walking to a Bar, the Zim Reapers, Kings of the North, I'm With Stupid, Odin's Den itself. We'd appreciate it. Actually, there's a nice spike in sales on the TeePublic over the holiday season. But yeah, that's not why we're doing it. I'm not doing this to make money. We definitely want to see the growth, but we're not doing it to make money. But yeah, support us if you want. It's right over on OdinsDenPodcast.com. Support Purple Pain Forums on PurplePainForums.com.
Yeah, just go to PurplePainForums.com. Check it out. Absolutely.
Yep. So yeah, we already literally covered the news. It was just a couple people on a list and then Delvin not being there. And that was about it going into this game.
Oh, yeah. You want to get to the game?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Let's break down the turd that is. Actually, before we get to the game, I think there's a prank. I think there's a call coming in. I hope it's not a prank. Oops, I almost said that backwards.
Are we even able to take a phone call?
We can take calls. After I installed a brand new phone system, no thanks to the hammer.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were even able to receive phone calls with the setup.
Even though this is our 6th phone call.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you're always baffled over there by simple things when you step out the front door. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get this caller on there. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hey, you guys. Great show as always. You
It's you again, kid. What do you want now? You know what? I still don't really know what team you're a fan of because it always seems to change, you snorting little bastard. Yeah, I know.
Listen every week. You should be grateful, you twisted berry.
You watch your mouth.
I told you already. I'm a Packer fan.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm a fan of any team facing the Vikings.
Wow, you got a great personality on you, kid. Do you kiss your cousin with that mouth?
Yeah. Hey, man. I don't mean any harm. I'm just here to
Yeah.
say Happy New Year.
Well, that's nice.
And
That's nice of you.
long live Bucket the Elf. Bubba boy, Bubba
Oh,
boy,
shit,
Bubba
cut him
boy,
off,
Bubba
cut
boy,
him
Bubba
off,
boy.
cut him off. That little son of a bitch. Hammer, you didn't even help me out. You just sit over there quiet.
I didn't know what to say. I was kind of.
Aren't you going to laugh at the kid? I mean, he's kind of funny.
Not really.
He's a piece of shit, but he's kind of funny.
Okay.
We don't know. I don't know if he's ever said his name. He's called as a Bear fan. He's called as a Lion fan. He's called as a Packer fan. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. He keeps fucking with us. I just want to take an honest to God phone call from a fan who wants to talk football. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do, man.
Good luck.
Yeah, with that, I don't know why we keep taking his call. Little
Well,
punk.
you keep taking that call.
Little porky puke. All right. Let's get into the Lions game, the turd of the Lions game here. Just kidding. We won. I'm so used to losing. My mindset is on turds and turd of the week and flushing.
Do you want to award a game ball first?
We won 37-35. Wow. What an exciting barn burner. We've been able to put up points this whole year, but we've also been able to let other teams average 30 points on us this fucking year. Game ball, boy.
Well, so your game ball, of course, would not
Who do
be
I-
anyone on the defense, right?
No, I don't think so, since we allowed 35 points and we have the worst defense in Zimmer's tenure right now, technically.
So for this game, who would you give the game ball to?
I don't know, man. I mean, Kirk had 405 yards and 3 touchdowns and went 28 for
and
40.
ran for one.
Yeah. Madison had 95 yards and a touchdown and was a beautiful Dalvin Cook replacement.
And
It's like
caught
there's
another touchdown.
There's no drop off there. The best tandem in the fucking league. Jefferson had 133 yards and broke a record. He broke a record. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Oh, the rookie receiving record since 1970.
And who did he beat?
Anquan Bolden.
You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Blast from the past. He was on the Ravens, right? For some of it anyway, or at the end there, wasn't Bolden
Yeah,
a Raven?
he was with the Cardinals for a while too.
49ers, I think, too, maybe.
Oh yeah,
A journeyman.
yeah. He's bounced around a little bit.
I remember having him on my fantasy team. But yeah, I mean, again, we were a semi-oiled machine on offense. I don't know, man. What are you thinking? We just have to agree. I'm just going to play off of you on this one, I think.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument for those three guys. You know, Cousins, Madison, and Jefferson. I'm kind of leaning towards just giving this one to Justin Jefferson almost as much as a season accomplishment. Sort of deal.
I'd agree.
So yeah, we'll just give our game ball to Justin Jefferson this week.
Okay, let's sound the alarms. Star of the week. What a fantastic segment title. Pat myself on the back. Boy, oh boy.
And also, congratulations, Justin Jefferson, for actually earning that.
Yes. Shining star throughout this entire fucking season. Happy to have you. You have the talent of a style of a Randy Moss. You're beating records. You're setting records. You replaced Diggs beautifully. And we really moved on without even thinking about it. Wide receiver position makes me sleep well at night.
Jefferson's 21 years old.
Yep.
He is going to be very good for a very long time.
And I guess we don't guaranteed have him till he's 26. But I mean, he's in the first year of his 5-year contract.
Well, he has a
5-year rookie contract.
4-year rookie contract with an option on a 5th year.
Okay.
He does have a 5th-year option because he was a first-round pick.
But I mean, we could technically trade him, right?
Yeah.
I doubt we will.
Yeah,
So we'll
very
have him
doubtful.
till he's 25.
Very doubtful, but yes.
We'll have him till he's 25.
Yeah.
And then he'll be old and gray and retired.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He'll go to some other team and make them happy. That's what we do. We like to groom talent for other teams. Anyway, but yeah, no, he deserves a game ball. He deserves the ball of the... If we'd have to pick a ball of the whole fucking year, I'd give it to him. The game ball, I'd give it to him. Rookie ball, I'd give it to him. Just take it. Just take everything. Take everything I own. Take my fucking town home. Take the studio. Anything you want, Justin. It's yours, JJ.
I think you could make an argument for Dalvin Cook on all of that too.
Oh yeah, but he's not new. He's not just out of the draft. He's not setting any records. Ho hum.
I would give team MVP this year to Dalvin. That's just me.
I mean, he is the driving force of the offense because when we don't have that single person, sometimes we just look like we're a struggle bus. If Justin Jefferson was out, we would feel it, but I feel like we'd feel it even more if Dalvin was out. So,
agreed.
He really opens up the playbook, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, So back to this game. I guess what else? I already talked about Cousins. Boone had 5 carries for 29 yards. Thielen he was 4 for 5, 57 yards. Madison actually had 50 receiving yards, 3 for 3. CJ Ham, 2 for 3, 44 yards. BB, we spread the ball like a motherfucker. Conkey had 40 yards. BB had 44 yards. CJ had 44 yards. I like to see that. I mean, quietly, even though he still kind of looked like an idiot a few times because he does every game. I mean, 405 yards and 3 TDs. That's a great stat line.
Yeah,
quietly good game today, but I feel like I love how he puts up those stats, and then I still look at him throwing balls away, overthrowing, throwing behind the back, getting sacked, not being able to run, and I'm just saddened. I'm saddened.
Well, first of all, Kirk Cousins
but go on.
Probably looked like the most uncoordinated person on the planet those first 2 plays.
Yes, he did.
Stumbling on his own.
Which is why looking at that and looking at the stat line, it's just kind of like, what?
He did play well. I mean, he was facing one of the worst defenses in the league. So I'm not getting super excited about it. But
true.
Cousins played well. Madison ran well, obviously. The thing I was most disappointed with this game, honestly, was just that Ezra Cleveland was still at right guard. I wanted to see Ezra Cleveland at left tackle this game.
Yeah.
It was a perfect situation to put him at left tackle and see how he looked for a game. I mean, Riley Reif was out because of COVID.
This was kind of like a preseason game. It didn't really matter. It wasn't going to get us into the playoffs. We don't really want to get anybody hurt. Other people are out. It's like, just play some guys. We said it before. I wanted to see it. They still didn't do it.
Well, yeah, I wish the Vikings would have treated it that way.
Right.
No, Zimmer was trying to win. I mean, Zimmer and Kubiak.
Well, you got your win.
I mean, they were treating this like a playoff game. I mean, they didn't want to move Ezra Cleveland because they wanted to keep him where he's been the last couple months, right guard.
I would have looked at that left side this morning if I was Zimmer and just went, fuck.
They definitely struggled in pass protection today. Dakota Dozier has to go.
Just wet hot garbage.
He needs to not be a Viking next year. I don't want Rashad Hill as the starting left tackle, of course. Would have liked to see an Ezra Cleveland and see what he looked like at left tackle today.
Mm-hmm. What do you have to lose besides setting up the shittiest left side in fucking O-line history? The fucking saloon door twins over there.
I mean, for a game that didn't matter.
Right. What do you have to lose, Zimmer? What do you have to lose?
The O-line as a whole today was kind of up and down, which was very expected. Had a couple of nice, run blocking plays. Pass blocking, very hit or miss. And there were a couple times in the run game even that O-line got blown up a bit, but it's just more of the same.
They did have Jefferson Griffin over there.
The play calling on the offensive side of the ball this week, I thought, was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, good enough for 35 points, or 37 points, sorry. Yeah.
Watching this game, it felt like, for the most part, Kubiak was calling a pretty good game.
For the most part, this whole year, he did his job consistent enough.
Yeah, nobody's
calling
perfect.
Kubiak
Incompetent.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been some questionable things, some predictable things. I think he's kind of an old school guy at this point. A little bit more dry and consistent or conservative sometimes, maybe more than others.
You say that, but today, I mean, they did mix up the run and the pass on first down pretty well.
Good. Well, good.
I mean, shoot, the Alexander Madison touchdown catch, that was on, I believe, like a 3rd and 1 or something where they faked it and threw it out to him, and he just went all the way down for a TD.
Yeah, what an unexpected roster of passing TDs. Yeah, Madison getting a receiving TD, BB getting a receiving TD, and Amir Abdullah getting a receiving TD. No Jefferson, no Thielen, not a tight end. I mean, Irv Smith Jr. wasn't playing.
Oh, he was playing. He just wasn't.
My bad. Yeah, there he is. He was 2 for 3 for 30 yards. I was looking at the wrong stat line. My bad. Yeah.
Didn't do much today, but how about that play Chad Beebe made at the end of the first half?
Baller. It was a mini Minneapolis miracle.
Yeah, a little bit.
He kind of squeaked by the defenders there. They kind of fell over, and he just took off. And Jefferson kind of perioded out of the way, and he got right in. I was like, yeah, baby. That was beautiful. That was the most exciting part of the whole game, I thought. I mean, this game. I wasn't glued to this game, but. But, the Lions last game for nothing, there's nothing on the line.
Well, I mean, I obviously was glued to this game as I always am.
Yeah.
Partly just to try to see the young players, just get one more game, see what they look like.
How did the young players look then?
Yeah, for the most part, pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah, I wish Dantzler would have been able to finish off his solid season. He was inactive this game. That was kind of sad.
Yeah, we might as well jump to the defensive side of the ball.
Dylan Maben got picked on quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Harry the Hitman was out there doing his thing again, man.
Yep, he got a nice pick.
If you would pick two people that tried to hold this defense, tried to be the glue of this defense this entire weird season, it would be Harry the Hitman, and until he went out, it'd be Kendricks. But this whole season...
Agreed.
No knock on Kendricks for getting hurt, obviously, but this whole season... Harry don't get hurt that often, but this whole damn season, who was the only person trying every game to hold this fucking mediocre defense together? Number 22. And he's got a very gothic haircut going on. I think he needs to get a haircut. But he was holding... He looked like a goth kid. But he was holding the defense together. He had a pick... that he got 9 yards of return on. He got a pass deflected. Yeah.
Anthony Harris had kind of an up and down game.
Yeah.
He would, I mean, he'd have a play where he would take a bad angle and let a guy get past him when he really shouldn't have, didn't need to. And then the very next play, like he'd make a strong tackle in the open field. Anthony Harris, it's hard for me to know really what to make of Anthony Harris's season this year.
He had 7 tackles for the day today.
Yeah. Anthony Harris is one of those guys. I'm guessing the Vikings are either going to franchise tag him again or just let him leave as a free agent. I don't see this team signing him long term anymore.
I don't either. I wanted him to be our safety of the future, and he had a fucking amazing year last year. But
I think the window for extending him long term has passed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get what's going on with him, but I don't think he's sticking around.
Well, I could see him being around one more year. I mean, we have no depth behind them, Smith and Harris.
Right.
So I mean, I could see the team franchise tagging him one more year, and then drafting a couple of safeties this coming year and grooming them for the year after when Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris will be gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, what'd you think of our D-line today?
Well, no pass rush whatsoever.
What do you mean? We got a sack. Hercules got a sack.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Hercules.
The one sack we got was on a play where Hercules was spying Stafford. It wasn't
Excellent!
He wasn't even pass rushing that play. He was just spying on him, and
he had his toilet paper tube out, and he was looking real good.
Yeah, the D-line got out of position way more than you'd like. They would pass rush out wide and just let Stafford step forward and be completely free and clear, and
which is not common for a Zimmer D. For a Zimmer coach D. I don't get it.
Not really.
I don't get it.
Well, Yeah, no pressure. Didn't really defend the run all that well either. Overall, I would say it was a pretty bad game from the entire D-line. Save, maybe a play or two here and there, like from Wanham or Hercules.
Wilson had 2 tackles for loss. Todd Davis had one. Hercules had a sack and a tackle for loss.
It was interesting. Jalen Holmes and Afadi Odenabo were both inactive today.
Yeah, I wonder why that was.
Well, they've been mostly active the entire year. Hard to say. I mean, Jalen Holmes probably hasn't earned a spot. He just hasn't played well enough. I wonder if Odenabo maybe had a nagging injury. I guess, I don't know.
Like a little tweak or something and just said, well, we'll just sit you.
That's possible.
Mm-hmm. Or we could always go, look, let me see if I can find anything here on Vikings.com.
Okay.
Any other summaries while I look that up for the defense? Summarizing the defense?
Linebackers also kind of had a tough day. I mean, it was a tough day for the entire defense. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Todd Davis and Troy Dye each had a nice pass breakup at one point in the game. And neither of them really defended the run all that good. Yeah, I don't know.
Going into this game, Jalen Holmes had a groin injury.
Oh.
It said that he did not practice DNP Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and he was listed as out for his status.
Oh, okay. He did have an injury. All right.
Afadi Odenabo had it says chest. He also DNP'd Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and is listed as out. Cameron Dantzler says hamstring, DNP'd all week, and was also out. Chris Jones was groin, DNP'd all week, and was out. A lot of people did not practice all week, and then were just out.
Yeah, Shamar Stephan and Jaleel Johnson definitely didn't do anything.
Dan Bailey he's on here for his back. He DNP'd Wednesday and Thursday. It was limited on Friday, and then was marked as question. Do you know that he was questionable for this game?
I did not know that.
Yeah. He actually apparently has a back issue. I'm not giving him an excuse for fucking sucking, but he had a back issue, did not practice, was limited, and then was questionable.
Yeah, I feel like he shouldn't have missed an extra point.
Yeah, about that. Let's get into him, shall we? He was 1 for 2 on field goals, 23 yards being the longest, and then he was 4 for 5 on extra points. Yeah, cool. Good job, Dan.
Yeah, mediocre game from Bailey again.
Great job. I hope he's, speaking of people that we hope are gone or people that might be gone, referencing back to Ant-Man, I hope Dan Bailey, me and probably the rest of Vikings Nation out there, and looking at you, everybody, hope that he is gonzo next season.
Well, or just that he gets better. I'd be
yeah,
all
how'd
right
that go with Blair Walsh?
I'd be all right with either one.
Yeah, it's our curse, man. It's our curse. We got to live with it. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else to summarize the offense or the defense before we get into the total team stats?
Play calling on the defensive side was very, very vanilla. Zimmer obviously didn't trust his corners much this game either. A lot of zone, a lot of 4-man rushes, no blitzing because he was very scared of Stafford beating us, which is fair.
Right. You don't want to dedicate a corner to rushing the passer and then just have him see that and just slaughter us.
Yeah, even with our soft zone, Marvin Jones still just tore us up. Yeah.
Yes, he did. They still got some talent on them Lions, but not enough to be better than a 5-11 record.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it, I think.
Poor Hammer over here. We put up 500 total yards. They put up 417. We went for 125 rushing. They went for 129. AP, the old dog, was back out there gashing us a couple times. Not too bad, but let's see. What did he do? 63 yards and 1 TD. Ho hum. Average yards per play, we were 6.9. They were 7.7. We didn't lose a fumble at all, which is good. They did lose one. We didn't lose a pick, or we didn't have a pick. They had one. That's good.
Justin Jefferson did fumble once. It's just we recovered it.
Right.
Side note, though, Adrian Peterson did get 63 yards on 7 carries. He averaged 9 yards a carry against us.
You're right. You're right. Even Swift averaged 4.5. Stafford averaged 4.5 if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of it. But yeah, I mean, we weren't turning over the ball. We weren't throwing picks. We weren't losing fumbles. We did allow 3 sacks, but we weren't turning over the ball.
Cousins got lucky a couple times. I mean, he did have that god-awful throw where he threw it right to that defensive lineman, and the lineman dropped it for him. Yeah. So, I mean, Cousins played well, but it wasn't a perfect game.
No.
Boy, the refereeing was sure on our side today. Wow.
Well, yeah, because they're down at the casino placing their bets.
Well, it's a very, very Viking way to do it. I mean, the one game we're going to get really favored by the referees is against the Lions in a game that we didn't really want to win anyway. Yeah, figures.
And it's just strange as hell calls against the Lions that just should
that
not
roughing
be getting
the passer
called.
on Cousins was one of the worst flags I've ever seen. I mean, they took a touchdown away from Marvin Jones. I thought that was a pretty legit touchdown. I don't know why they took it back. I don't know. The Lions ended up getting a touchdown a few plays after that anyway.
Right.
But that Kirk Cousins flag was huge. I mean, they stopped us on a 4th and goal that play, and yeah, we just got a 1st and goal we didn't deserve and got a TD.
I mean, we should feel good that it went our way, but it just kind of feels bad, man.
Well, in a game that we kind of wanted to lose anyway. I mean,
hey, speak for yourself, asshole.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was kind of a shitty thing for the refs to finally favor us. How about you do that for us in the NFC Championship game next time?
Yeah, do that for us, please.
Yeah.
3rd down efficiency, we stunk 30%. They were 50%. I guess that's not a ton better. It's still better by a decent margin.
That's a fair amount better.
Yeah, when you're looking at those numbers in that scenario, yes. Penalties, we had 4, they had 7. Hammer's favorite statistic, TOP. We had 35 minutes and 13 seconds. Barely squeaked out the win. They had 24-47.
Oh, you mean we had over a 10-minute edge in time of possession and we won the game?
Barely.
Fancy that,
by
A-Train.
2 points, barely. Don't get too cocky,
fancy
kid.
that over there. Oh,
Don't
like
get too
you haven't
cocky.
done the same thing.
I'm going to go track down every time this whole NFL season amongst all 32 teams that TOP didn't win. We'll see. We'll
cocky
see.
little bitch.
We'll see. Well,
Yeah,
you know what they
go ahead and look that up.
You know what they say.
Over the course of a season, the cumulative effective time of possession is massive. I feel like you're talking a little bit too fast, so you might fall on your face.
You don't want to fall on your
Holy
face,
shit.
Hammer. I cut the power on that one. You had to slow down a little bit
Yeah,
there, Chief.
Well, you definitely edited that.
You got to slow down there. You're getting a little too excited about the cumulative effect is massive.
My point stands. The cumulative effective time of possession over the course of a season is massive. There you go.
I wouldn't use the word massive, but all right.
It is. I would use that word.
Yeah.
So there.
I'd use the word massive when I'm looking at the toilet after a Christmas dinner. If you know what I mean. Yeah. That's massive.
All right.
That's massive. All right. Well, we don't have a game to look forward to next week. That was the last game of the season. Thank God. Put the season out of its misery. We finished 7-9. Yippee skippy. No postseason.
Yeah, let's put a pin in this year.
Yes.
2020 can die, and it has now.
Yep.
Over with. New year.
Yep.
Boom.
Everybody collectively say, fuck you, 2020. And we can look forward to 2021 for multiple reasons, including the Vikings doing much, much better and a new draft coming up. And we can play our first round picks right away. And maybe we can get back to that stadium and hear that sound in person. How's that sound?
Would be nice.
How does that sound, Albert?
That sounds great, A-Train. Let's do it.
Sounds pretty good. All right. It feels weird not looking at the next game and doing the predictions and all that stuff. But yeah.
Sometime in the next week or two, I'll have to buy you that sub I owe you.
Yes. I can't wait for that tasty, tasty Firehouse sub
Is
set.
that where you want to go, Firehouse?
Yes.
All right. Sounds good to me.
I don't get there often enough, and they have very tasty subs.
All right. Well, I will be buying you a sandwich, sir.
All right. Well, yeah, that wraps up the season, or it wraps up our week to week here at Odin's Den. This was episode 126.
So now we're going to once a month, right?
Correct. Yep. We will move to once a month. We could do more than that, but normally from August till the season's over, normally like now, end of December, very beginning of January, we are every single week covering every preseason game, every regular season game, and every postseason game if there is a postseason. Beyond that, we try to just check in with you at least once a month. Of course, we always are excited about our draft episodes, pre and post draft episodes. Those are always fun. Looking forward to that already, even though it is a jog away. But yeah, everybody have fun out there and hide from the corona. Enjoy the new year. Celebrate the new year. Check us out online, odinspodcast.com. Keep track of us. We will always be posting when we do have that new episode up. We're not super consistent with a day, but as far as it being usually a Tuesday, it stays the same. Or Monday night going into Tuesday morning stays the same. But yeah, this will be our last week to week. But yeah, maybe we can do something special to. Maybe we can try to do more episodes in the off season. Take a look at a breakdown of the past, the history of the Vikings. We can try to look at the certain position like offensive line, see what's gone wrong over the last few years, why it still sucks. We could just try to break down certain positions, maybe take a closer look at our coaching staff. A lot of people don't necessarily know.
Do an episode where we do a deep dive on Spielman and then a deep dive on Zimmer later. And
I mean, it would kind of be nice to try to bring some solid evidence to the table because everybody, it's one of those things where sometimes you just want to get to the bottom of it. Everybody's got an opinion, but you just want to see the cold, hard facts in your face. Everybody bitches about, oh, fire this guy, fire that guy. Well, hold on. Maybe let's check to see if we really need to raise our pitchforks with a torch in the other hand yet or not. You know, we can we can just take a closer look at some of these controversial talking points of the team, look at certain positions maybe that are struggling, our drafting, the GM, the office, coaches, anything that we want to look at, maybe do more player focuses, Ring of Honor player focuses, people from the past, more look back at Vikings history, get back into our other segments like what's going on in Green Bay, live at the NFL Commissioner, taking a look back, things of that nature. But yeah, lots of things we can do. We can get as creative as we want. We can do as much content as we want. But I do like taking the break, relaxing a little bit. Of course, enjoying the rest of the winter here.
That gives you time to work on another player focus too.
Exactly. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode. We really are coming in, and we're not even at the 40-minute mark yet, so look at us. Woo-hoo. Actually cutting it a little bit short this time. Really, really happy for that. But yeah, any final words for the people going into the new year?
Drink a few Corona beers and avoid the coronavirus.
Wow.
That's what Hammer wants to do.
Greater words have never been spoken. What a scholar.
Hammer out.
What a scholar. All right. Thanks for tuning in, people. Check out the Purple Pain forums. Check out us, Instagram, Twitter, Facer, Booker, odinspodcast.com. Thank you for listening this season. And have a good rest of your It's January 3rd when we're recording this. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll check in with you again soon.
Thank you for listening to Odin's Den. Be sure to follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. Get all of the latest at odinsdenpodcast.com. SKOL!
Choo-choo, the A train will run right through it.